Good day. Hello, everyone. Are you there listening to me outside? Can you please listen carefully and listen to me for goodness sake? Good day everywhere, wherever you are in the world. I'm on the live broadcast today, the TBC live broadcast. Now, I want us to please look at some topic in the live broadcast where we visit the blog. We are now in October, and today is October 27. We are moving towards October ending, and the next month is the redemption and the reward. Now, I want to discuss some topics with you here, and I want you to please follow me up so that we can, at the same time, get to know exactly what the cookie the word is all about. Now, in the first place, let us look at the blog, what the blog is telling us. Now, when you look at this topic in the blog, prepare for November Redemption Period, logo and article. Prepare for redemption, November Redemption Period, logo and article. When you look at the image, you will see exactly what the image is all about. Now let us look at so that we can read together, and I will later explain what we've read so far. The next cookie redemption period will start on November 1st, 2019. As expected, and most likely will be extended to include most of December if the members will support that. Don't be too anxious to click that redemption button in KBCO because you can only click it once during the redemption period. And many opportunities will be available to increase QK throughout the entire period of time. The dynamic associated with the redemption period are very different from those when the TBC community is not in the redemption period. For example, it is possible to become a TBC millionaire in just one day during a redemption period. So it is extremely important that we make it clear to the newest people joining us during the redemption period that TBC is far from the liquid where we are in the distribution phase. Cashing out is not what we do here in TBC. We offer a way to cash flow, but we don't cash out. People really need to understand the difference. Okay, the plan is to make it easy to spend TBC or cookie or Kringle coin as we reach toward our objective of 1 billion members worldwide. We will never make a path to cash out all of our TBC ever. Cashing out is not an alignment with our mission or purpose. We are not market-based by design. People have thousands of choices to choose from in the market-based arena, and we are not one of those. We are private. Please learn what that means. We have made the path towards abundance much easier than all other alternatives out there. Our great hope is to bring abundance to all humanity. The game of life has been rigged by the wealthy elites to benefit them at the expense of everyone else. Cashing out is one of their concepts, and when you really think about that concept, it is totally not natural. Cash flow is in line with the principle of abundance. That is what we offer. It actually takes very little cash flow to change your life. Humanity has been oppressed for so long. They are used to having so little cash flow in their life. Fast forward in the time when we reach our objective of 1 billion members, many of those being merchants of all kinds. The Tbc economy can become the most desirable around the world once we mature. Tbc has always been spendable, even from the day we launch, but it is not liquid. The larger we become, the more spendable Tbc becomes. There is a direct correlation between the size of our active member and the level Tbc Kringle are spendable. Tbc has been spent on many things already, including land, cars, electronics, even rent and food. The ability to negotiate is a valuable trait within our Tbc community today. Yet, once we reach our objective of 1 billion members, the trait of negotiation will not be needed in most cases as members transact. We are only a few more exponent steps away from reaching that objective, and you should open your eyes to see that cookie reward gives you a great deal of incentive to participate in our growth, and our valuable gift is easy to share. Rapid Reward gives our newest member a huge incentive to get off to a fast start. We are stronger than ever, and soon our private status will be unchallenged. The path towards the Tbc billionaire status is limited to 1,111,111 members. This is very important to the point out during this redemption period of November 2018. We have two classes of reward today. The billionaire class will end once 1,111,111 have one OTBC coin. It will be nearly impossible to obtain one OTBC coin once those positions are filled. Be sure to educate everyone around you on the difference between the two party over. Wealth without education does not make sense. Embrace education. Tbc is not a democracy. It is not driven by the whims of its members. We have set forth how Tbc can empower the individual. Just don't expect to have the power to change Tbc. Tbc is not forced on anyone, and members should likewise never use force to make Tbc change. It will only be through love and respect that we will move forward. All other things tend to set us back. Be a part of the solution moving forward and not the problem. Now, after we have read the message from the blog, I will now go back to explain those we've read in the blog one after the other. Now, can you listen to me, please? The next quick redemption period will start November 1st, 2018, as expected, and most likely will be extended to include most of December if the member would support that. Now the admin is now telling us that November 1, the Tbc reward redemption will commence. And once it is commenced, we are going to use the whole 30 days in November to redeem our cookie. And it will extend to December, almost December, if the members will support that. I wouldn't know if any member, any sensible member that know what is going to benefit him will not support such a thing. I believe every member of the TBC community will anxiously support that. Don't be too anxious to click the resender button in Kringle back of it, and you can only click it once during the redemption period. Now, this is his lesson to you all outside there. Don't be too forward to click a redemption button. If you click a redemption button very fast, you will not have enough chance to redeem other rewards again, because you have a chance to redeem it once in the period. So don't be too anxious to click the redeemed button. Are you there? Then again, many opportunities will be available to increase QQ throughout the entire period of time. You see, many opportunities will be available. The opportunity like attending some body meeting. When you attend some body meeting, you'll be able to achieve some rewards. And at the same time, if you were able to buy much and much more, so you're able to still achieve such a thing. So there's many opportunities lined up for you in the TBC during the period. So don't be too rushed to redeem such a cookie. Don't be too rushed. If you don't rush, it means you are going to get best of cookie reward. Now, and at the same time, I want you to understand the dynamic associated within the redemption period are very different from those when the TBC community is not in a redemption period. Please let us get this message clear. The dynamic associated within the redemption period are very different from those when the TBC community is not in redemption. So can you get that message clear? There are difference between the period of redemption and the period without the redemption. For example, it is possible to become a TBC millionaire in just one day during the redemption period. Can you just imagine? You can become a TBC millionaire in just one day during the redemption period. So it is extremely important we make it clear to the newest people joining us during the redemption period that TBC is far from the liquid where we are distribution phase. Now, it is very important for the newest, you people that is joining us now, it is very important to take note that it is very easy for you to become a millionaire in just a one day when it is the time for a redemption period. Now, I want to sincerely tell you that the admin tell us that cash out is not what we do here in TBC. Those of you outside there that want to cash out your TBC, that want to do what? Cash out your TBC. The admin is telling us that this is not exactly what we are doing in TBC community. We don't cash out, but we cash flow. We don't cash out in TBC, but we do what? We cash flow. So you need to visit some cash flow coachings and listening to what they are doing there so that you know exactly. But when you want to base your invitations or your stay in TBC community to cash flow, it means you are disappointing yourself because you cannot cash flow. We cannot cash out in TBC, but we are cash flowing. We offer a way to cash flow, but we don't cash out. Let me tell you emphatically that we offer a way to cash flow, but we don't cash out. People really need to understand the difference. Okay, please try to understand the difference. Cash out and cash flow. If you are cashing out, it means you exchange your TBC for money, and the TBC admin is not encourage you to that, but we do what? We cash flow. So you have to listen to the cash flowing coaching so we're able to know what exactly the cash flow is all about. The plan is to make it easy to spend single coin as we reach towards our objective of 1 billion member worldwide. Can you see? So we be spend our TBC, or when it's kringle, you spend your kringles to within the community when we reach at least 1 billion people. And you know 1 billion people is not a laughing or a joking matter. We have to work hard to make sure we get 1 billion people to join the TBC community so that our TBC will be spendable. So please note that. Now, we will never make a path to cash out of all your TBC ever. Now, the admin now lay it emphatically that you will not be allowed to cash out. So they will not make a path to that, but you need to cash flow. Please note, the admin said ever, never, ever they will make a path to cash forth the TBC. Cashing out is not alignment with our mission or purpose. So they are telling you that it's not in line with their mission and purpose. So please, those of you who are eager to cash out your TBC, so please, you may fall victim of fraudulence, you may fall victim of those that are going to scam you. So please note that the TBC is not yet for cash out. And again, there is another point I want us to look from this. Now, the TBC, there has been spent many things already. So they want to tell you that people have been spending TBC already. We saw somebody who bought land with TBC. We see somebody who bought cars with TBC. We see somebody who are using their TBC to purchase electronic, even rent and food. They use TBC to pay for rent. We have many hotels who are accepting TBC. So where people have been spending TBC already. Once we reach our objective for 1 billion member, that trade negotiation will not be needed in the most cases. Now, the TBC is now telling us that the ability to negotiate it is valuable trait within our TBC community. So you can negotiate with those that have a lot of things to solve, and you negotiate with them like 50-50, 20-80, 30-70, 40-60, and so on like that. But the admin is telling us we will not be negotiate once our objective of 1 billion member is reached. So no trait of negotiation. Just go there. You see people tag whatever they want to sell TBC. Then we go there to buy with TBC. Now, the path towards the billion stature is limited. They want to tell you that 1 million member, if you want to become billionaire, they are telling you that it is only 1 million 111,111 people is needed to be billionaire in the TBC. 1,111,111. These are the people that will be billionaire in the TBC community. And this is very important point out during the redemption period of November 2018. So the admin is telling us is only those people within that range will become a billionaire automatically. It will not exceed 1,111,111 people. It will not exceed that. It's very important to point out during this redemption period of November, we have two classes of reward today. The billionaire class will end 1,111,111. Have all one TBC coin. So the admin is telling us to fall into this class because we have two class. It will end up in 1,111,111. They will have a whole TBC coin, and it will be nearly impossible to obtain one TBC coin once this position are filled. So it's now telling us when this position are filled up, when people that are expected to be in this class are reached, so it will not be exceeded. So it means you will not have such a TBC again. So be ready and be know exactly that TBC will provide you with exactly what you need. So be sure to educate everyone around you on the difference between the two parts of it. So tell those people around you, so let them know exactly what the class they ought to belong. Once the first TBC has filled up, so others will not be able to get such opportunity again. Now, before I end today's broadcast, I want us to look at one thing, that TBC is not a democracy. TBC is not a democracy. It is not driven by the whim of this member. So please note that the whim of the member cannot change the decision of the TBC admin. TBC is not forced on anyone. Can you just imagine? TBC is not forced on anyone. All members should not likewise never use force to make TBC change. So if you're a member, no. Now let me read from here. TBC is not a democracy. It's not driven by the whim of member. We have set forth how TBC can empower the individual. So can you see? TBC have set forth how TBC can empower the individual. Just don't expect to have the power to change the TBC. If you are empowered by the TBC, that doesn't mean you can change the TBC because you have power. This is not, TBC is not forced on anyone. Can you just imagine? TBC is not forced on anyone, and members will not likewise use force to make TBC change. So you cannot think because you have power today and you're able to change the TBC. No, it will only be true love and respect that will be moved forward. With true love and respect, we will move forward. All other things tend to set us back. Be a part of the solution moving forward, not the problem. Now, TBC is now advising us to be a part of moving forward, and we should not be a problem. So thank you for listening to me. This is exactly what I want you to know. The redemption period is November, starts November, commences November 1, and we are going to use the whole November to redeem, and we are going to use part of December also to redeem. And I want you to understand that you don't need to rush yourself to click redeem, because we have one chance, only a chance to redeem. So there, listeners, so there's opportunity for you to redeem throughout November, or otherwise you can redeem your QQ reward by December. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice and wonderful weekend.